Hello, Beez Bladers. Welcome back and welcome newcomers to the channel. If you've been wanting a fancy or a nice or a premium knife sharpening kit, but the money has held you back, guess what? The latest release from TSPROF, the Pioneer, is what I'm calling the budget premium knife sharpening kit. I'm just gonna run you through this one real quick, show you what you get, and then I'm gonna tell you about how expensive it is not, about how not expensive it is for the premium materials. There is no plastic involved. This is all metal, and it right now is cheaper than the more expensive plastic ones that are out on the market. And this is, it automatically comes with 5 sharpening stones. It goes from coarse to smooth. And you guys, if you watch the sharpening videos, you already know about that. These are diamond plates, by the way, which is very nice, very, very nice. I've used them many times on my other TSPROF models. And of course, in the description of this video and in the comment section, you can go check out my other TSPROF videos. But the thing that's really cool about this one is the fact that it is so budget oriented. Now, okay, we have switch tables. This is everything laid out that comes with it. That's all it takes to put this together. On the bottom of your base, you have 3 screw holes right there. That corresponds to these 3 screws. These all come in a bag. This comes in a bag. This is little felty things for your clamp. We'll check that out here in a minute. But all you have to do to have this thing together is pretty much put these 3, line these bad boys up, and put these screws in here. And I'll get these started and be right back. Okay, and we're back. So I just put them in there just to get them started so I wouldn't be fumbling for 10 minutes trying to get it in the hole. Hey, watch your mouth. But this is, I'm very excited because this is a system, a sharpening kit that is made out of primo materials. There's no plastic involved. It's all metal. It's TSPROF, and a lot of folks in the past, when I've shown some of the premium TSPROF knife sharpening kits, they've been like, that's just a little out of my range. Well, that's the thing that has blown me away about this one is, well, and I think they listen to the consumer. They're like, okay, so you want something a little more cost effective? There you go. Now, if you look here, you'll have this screw over here and this screw over here. They're both 3mm. It's this. I'm going to take these out and then we'll move this into the open position. And I know some folks look at these systems, they're like, that is just too complicated. I am not that far along in my knife sharpening. I'm telling you what, if you are getting into knives, or you're a knife enthusiast, or you just want to sharpen your chef's knives or your kitchen knives or knives in general, sometimes it is better to skip buying all the cheap stuff that you buy, trying to cut corners, and going and skipping ahead to get to something more premium like this. And these right now during the, I think it's called the Black Friday sale, these are running like, I believe it's $229, which you're like, oh my gosh, no, it is not a lot. For what you get for this, the other plastic systems out there cost more. And like I said, there's no plastic involved here. So I'm just getting these tightened in, and that's tight, and then this tight, and then we have it pretty much put together. And then we'll just put the guide rod on and we'll be ready to rock and roll. So this is what it looks like once you have the top part assembled. So here's your clamp holder. We're gonna get one clamp, hold it on this side, just put it wherever, just put it somewhere so you can get it screwed in and have them both on there. I like putting parts together before I put parts together just to make it easier. Make sure you have both of these screws facing the same direction or you'll be like, oh my gosh, you'll have to take it back off. But it's not the end of the world because they're this easy to get on. And especially doing this on camera and still being able to screw parts together, that's very impressive. Very, very impressive. So there's that. And we're just going to screw that dude right onto the front of the system. And all you need for that is set the dude on here just like this, get it nice and squared, and then you have this guy right here. This is 2 parts. There's a screw in the middle, and then there's that nice bevel. Put that dude on here, get it started, and then you can use the same 3mm wrench, Allen wrench, screw it down like that, and then do this. Hopefully you saw that. Now I'll get this dude tightened up, and we are about ready to rock and roll. We'll get the stone holder installed, which there's really not much to installing that. So we'll get this dude finished up, tightened it up, got that one. And now you can see you pull back this clamp right here, and I'll change views here just in a second, but you'll see this is how easy it is to change your blade to the other side. Next, we just need to put the rod together. This is the abrasive holder. Make sure you unscrew this almost all the way unscrewed here. You'll be trying to figure out why it won't go in there. You want it to seat all the way in like that, facing this direction tighten it down, and now you have that bad boy together. Now this is where it really starts to look like the TSPROF we all know. Insert this bad boy into the, what do you call this? The pivot. This is the angle finder, the angle guide. You'll put that through there, then you'll have a little rubber ring right there. Just put that little rubber ring. It's kind of like a dampener. And then you'll have your stopper. This is what's going to stop it wherever you want it to stop when you're sharpening, so it won't go past your blade. Now check that out. Isn't that the coolest thing you've ever seen? So you'll be like, what in the world is this plastic piece? This plastic piece is the park. You snap it on right there above that tightening screw, and this becomes how you can park your unit while the unit is still holding your sharpening stone, and you can move it out of the way. So now you have this bad boy all put together. Check it out. That is what you see. When you see this, you know you have a TSPROF. And that's the cool thing, is you can get a TSPROF for this low a price. That's what I'm excited about. Now, this is one thing to note. You know, I always bring out the good, the bad, the ugly, and all that. Now, this clip right here, it does work. You can't, like in a couple of the other systems, you just put the clip in there and you let go and it holds on. This one, I find I kind of want to go like this when I'm going to swing my sharpening stone out of the way. It still works. It's just a little bit kind of maybe a process you might get used to just using that hand so you can swing it out of the way before you go like this and turn your knife. And this is something else. This is so smooth. It just snaps right back into place. Now, if you're going to get this as is and you're not going to get the extra big base, which if you can spend a few more doll hairs, I would recommend highly getting this base, and you won't need to clamp your system to anything. But if you're going to go budget route and maybe you get the bigger base later, you want to clamp this to something, or I mean, you can hold it with your hand to hold it steady, but I prefer to have it really clamped down or have a heavy base. It comes with this C-clamp, and it comes with these two dudes right here, these little felt jobbies, so you don't scratch your table or scratch the base of your, what is this? The TSPROF Pioneer. I totally love the Pioneer and the other systems. All of their systems are just, they're so good. So you see there, now you can clamp this onto your table and it's not going to move on you. The clamps on this thing are super easy to adjust depending on the size of knife that you're using. Now, one thing you do have to keep in mind is that depending on which knife you have and how close you have to get the clamps together, you want to make sure that they're not too close, that when you rotate this, it will hit the side. So you want to make sure there is clearance just like this. That way it can be spun to the other side. If there's not, then you can take a clamp off, move it to the other side, and install it over here for smaller blades, because this thing handles big blades and small blades very easily. This is not that much different at all than the other systems, so it's very easy to use. It's intuitive. Like putting it together, you saw, it took me longer to tell you how to put it together than it actually takes to put the system together. Just to give you an example, I'm going to put this back over here just to give you a quick demonstration of how this works. I'm going to use this as a straight edge. I'm not going to tighten it down. I don't want to be doing any damage to my plate. I'm just going to put it just enough to hold it here, and then I'll show you how easy it is. Now look at this. This is marked for your angles, right? So you can tell if you're 20, 19, 18 degrees, whatever you want to go, if you're going to try to make a set angle. The easier thing to do, and this is the coolest thing from TSPROF, is this thing right here. The inclinometer. It's an inclinometer. Inclinometer? You can call it whatever you want. This works for all of the TSPROF sharpeners. Now this one here, the mode you want to use is P2. So I'm going to turn it on. I already have it on P2. Now I can put it up here on the base, and then let's see, where am I at? Put it on the base and then zero it out. It'll zero out. And the thing about the thing about the AXICUBE is it not only works on a left and right, up and down basis, it will also go with angles. That's not something that the other angle finders will do. So I'm going to put it on here again, since I'm moving everything around. I'm going to clear it out. And then when I get my stone and put it down on the blade, and I'll put a stone on here just so we are doing real life. Now see this right here? This is how it clamps onto the stone. I'm going to have to adjust this because it's not tight. And this is good. I don't need to skip too many things. I want you all to be able to use this and know and not skip a step. So I'm going to get this. I'm going to tighten it down a little bit so this spring holds this plate in. It has the little Allen key with it. All you have to do is find the hole You always got to find the hole. Loosen it up, and I'm just going to tighten it up just a little bit, just eyeballing it. I didn't have to do it very much. So now when I go to put the plate on it, you start the plate up here and come down here to this side, and now you can see that that spring is going to be able to do its job and clamp it in there very well. And now if you want to use the angle finder, the AXICUBE, let's put it back on here so I can start the process over again, because this isn't scripted or anything. I'm just going off the cuff because I've used TSPROF a lot. I know how they work, and I'm showing you this is how easy. So now the AXICUBE is zeroed out. I can put it on top of my plate holder, and now you can see that I'm at 20.5 degrees, and I pretty much eyeballed this and put it at the 20 mark. So now you know as you move along what your exact angle is. It's the bee's knees. If you can get this now, I would. If not, I would probably try to get that in the future. It makes it so easy. I have notes. I keep notes on what angle I sharpen. I like to sharpen a lot of my knives at around 17 degrees to make them extra slicey if it's not like a hard use knife. But the AXICUBE is absolutely awesome, and you can use this with all of TSPROF's systems. So if you get this system and you end up upgrading to a bigger system from TSPROF, you'll be able to keep this and use it. You don't have to put batteries in it. It lasts for freaking ever, and it's rechargeable. So all you got to do is plug it back in when you're not using it, and it's rechargeable. And over here is where you adjust your angle. So if you want to say, I'm going to drop this down to about, let's get down to about 17 degrees. You could be very exact, very precise with this thing. You see I'm just barely moving, then come down here and tighten it. Okay, so we're 17.1, close enough for this video. This unit already weighs like 3.1 pounds. You could very easily sharpen your knives. You can see how smooth this works. You do not have to lubricate it. You can put maybe a little bit of KPL light on here if you want to, but you don't have to lubricate it. All you have to do is clean the system. So you get this side sharpened, flip it over, move this out of the way, flip your blade to this side, and then come back and do the same thing. You can leave this on here if you want. After I get it dialed in, I take it off myself. But that's how easy this system is to use. I mean, TSPROF is the bee's knees. There's a very good chance you're watching this video after their holiday sale is going on. Don't worry, I have a discount code in the description of this video and in the comment section. And you know, if you can spring for it, I would get this 7-pound base because it is awesome. I have it on the TO3 system, and it is wow. I mean, it's heavy. You don't have to worry about anything moving around on you, and it just makes sharpening so much fun. It takes a lot of the effort out. If you're not a hand sharpener, or if you had trouble hand sharpening, getting a fixed blade system like this is it is phenomenal. And by the way, this does come with the 2 screws that if you buy the base to screw it down into this base, and they're right here. And on top of that, but wait, there's more. It does come with these 4 rubber knobbies. I put those on my other TSPROF sharpeners. You'll be able to put this on the bottom so it won't slide around on the table. So there is a quick look at the TSPROF Pioneer, and they are only like $229, $239, something like that during the Black Friday sale. It's only like a 2 or 3 day sale. So if you're seeing this while that's going on, I would grab it. I would make the investment before you buy a bunch of cheap stones off Amazon or from wherever else. I would get you one of these bad boys. You will be so happy. You can use different thicknesses of stones because you can adjust that down here. So if you have thicker stones, 6-inch stones, or shorter stones, you can adjust this to match whatever size stones you might have. I always like diamond stones, but you can adjust the height to keep your angle between stones if you switch stones while you're sharpening. That's a whole other video. But let me know what you think about the new Pioneer, one that's actually affordable. Not that TSPROF isn't, but not every budget can handle the more premium bottles. Let me know what you think about it. Make a comment, and don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. That always supports the channel more than you know. Now go watch this video. You're really going to enjoy that. And until I see you again in the lives or the chats or at the Hive stream every Friday night, remember, live life in the present, keep a Band-Aid handy, and don't cut yourself.